recording is started, and then yeah, same as per usual. I'll just be a minute or so. I'm looking for something to talk about.
All right.
3, 2,
All right.
defend objective
Okay, I like that we're getting close, getting nice deflecting. Though maybe like a quick dash out. I think the dash is just a little bit of an extreme measure when we probably could have just like dodged the rock or jumped around the corner, and then we're able to kind of stay in the fight. But this like hard disengages us while our team's trying to engage. So I think the dash is probably unnecessary. Deflect is good. I like how we're trying to get in close there. That is unfortunate because Doomfist is just sitting there. But this does kind of display a principle. Not sure if I've ever mentioned that before, but it's always a good idea to get into the habit of checking your corners when you walk into a new space. This is like a kind of a concept that comes from games such as CS:GO, Valorant, Rainbow Six Siege. But like every time you're walking into a new space, you don't want to just blindly walk in because then you get pwned by the person who's sitting in the corner, right? Instead, you want to walk in and you want to quickly do, like, if you can, you check like this, but if you can't, then you can just do a quick left, right, turn so that you're checking your corners when you walk through, and then that way you know there's nobody there, and you're not going to get surprised, and then that just allows you to react faster. If Doomfist is there, you can check left, and then back out right away, or dodge his punch, or deflect, or dash, etc. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Missing a lot of shots there.
Yeah.
Probably maybe getting like a tad bit closer might be handy here. Yep, I kind of like what we're doing here. Okay, so here we're maybe just kind of spamming from a distance when Sigma's kind of off on his own over there. I wouldn't see an issue if you like wanted to like dash over and start right clicking him from like here. This isn't dangerous because look how far away the enemy team is. You have cover to just go like this with. Your team's running around that corner so that you can get healed very easily. So this just puts you, like, imagine like this versus trying to hit him from all the way over here. It just closes that distance, gets in some dash damage. Now when we turn over to go on their supports here. Okay, firstly, we have to note that, I guess, never mind, Doomfist does walk away. Okay. So, we turn this corner, we right-click, you may want to pick out a target, rather than just going for, like, the group damage, because that's kind of where we're gonna be more effective here. We don't want to just, like, purely be spamming. We want to try to get a pick. So if we whittle down, let's say like we whittle down Mercy, we get in some good left clicks, then we can dash in and finish off the kill, and that's kind of what we're looking for here. We're nowhere close to an ultimate. That's not even on the not on the board for this fight. So
Yeah.
we probably want to be going for more than just the spam damage. So left click would just be the better idea here because it's going to be more accurate at this range. Whereas if we're right clicking, we're only ever going to get just one shuriken on somebody. Now, if you were just trying to farm up Blade real quick, that wouldn't be an issue. No problem whatsoever. Okay. Also, you just gotta watch the Doomfist. Kind of don't pay him much attention, and then that gets us killed. Uh-oh. So both deaths in relation to awareness, which we've, gone over a billion times, I would assume.
Yeah.
But that's fine. It's just a core part of the game. Okay. We seem to be missing a lot of shots as of the moment.
Those will pick up. Those are just really bad. Those are just really bad.
Did you have? I'm not sure like if you remember this game at all, but did you like warm up before you played this one?
This was like 2 games ago, and I think I started playing at like 12. So I was a bit warmed up. These are just bad. These are just bad.
Okay. Watch like the unnecessary flicks, right? So like where that's something we've talked about in the past. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Where we just kind of will like go off of the character really far, and then just what like those right there, where we're kind of doing these really long side swipes when instead we could just stick on Ashe and make our shots much easier on ourselves. And we kind of do a similar thing here when we dash in on the Ana. I think that here, give it an extra, like, I think we dash a little early, walk, give it an extra give it a couple extra meters, and then we can get the dash damage in, or even get closer to her, but we end up getting right here, which just means that we aren't able to get the dash damage. Yeah. Also, try to get, like, underneath her if you can, like, get inside of her so that when she does go, like, the first deflect is for the sleep, right? That's what you're trying to get. But once she doesn't throw it out, we want to get on top of her, so that way if she deflects, we kind of catch it, no matter where she throws it. If you're right on top of her, she can't even look down because your deflect will still catch it, right? So get closer. The only reason why she's able to nade you here is because we're not on top of her. That makes sense. And then even if you are on top of her, you can still deflect sleep too, right? Not an issue. Yeah. Yeah, I like that we disengaged there when we realized that we weren't doing a lot. Some more kind of flicking off our head there. Thank you for the healing. I like the usage of the wall climb to dodge. If you were trying to be a little risque, Ana's an easy kill there, but that would have been a little risky for you to go for, considering fight is over, but it's possible you could have gone away for it with it if you did something such as dash and then dash over here, or dash, do a 180 and dash back, and then now you're in the exact same spot you were before. We could potentially go and try to duel, like, dash, get the kill, and then try to duel the Ashe, or dash and then dash out this way. You have a couple options, is what I'm getting at. I'm not saying that that is the right move in this scenario, that if executed properly could get you some extra value, is kind of all I'm pointing out, so maybe watch out for those sorts of ideas. Okay. But I think the disengage is definitely a valid option here, especially when we do. Yeah, we have Nano Blade coming up, but Ana's lagging behind. Okay, once again, just the really far dash out that I don't think is necessary. Just wastes the ability, makes it so that we don't have it when we could just use cover. Okay. Okay, so that really stinks that Ana is 2% away from Nano. That does. Because I'm trying to think here. You may still be better off, because this is still potentially a winnable fight. You may be better off attempting to wait an extra second for Ana to get Nano versus trying to pop it dry here. So awareness of A, where is Ana? B, does she actually have Nano or not? Pressing tab, communicating, etc. Right, that sort of thing. And then because it's overall just going to go a lot better for us if we do get the Nano on, and then all we'd have to do is wait one extra second. We could maybe even stop the res just normally. We might not need a blade. Now we do dash in, we get the slash, and then we just get shredded because they have bongo. So maybe a tad rushed, because they're trying to stop the res. But even if they get the res, you may still find more value out of just getting the nano blade in, because that is a potential for a team wipe. Okay, good dash away. Yeah, I like that you check corners there.
So actually, I have a question right here. Before this happens, I kept trying to tell my team to go through a hotel because it just wasn't working going right side. I felt like we were just getting kind of rolled. I thought we could go through the hotel because I felt like that would have been easier, but no one went through the hotel. And I mean, yeah, I don't know how I like get my team to go in a certain direction because I feel like if we all go one direction, it's pretty easy to win.
Yeah.
You know?
So if a couple of things, right? Firstly, I think that it would be, yeah, I think I would say that you guys probably have the slightly brawlier composition, so you probably would benefit from a faster engagement. So going down here or going through here might be better than wrapping far around to the right. I would probably agree, just because they have the spammier comp. You guys are still on a spammy comp, but Zarya, you guys are kind of on a spammy brawl, which makes it difficult. That's not usually a great comp to have, but right now you have the Moira, you have the Zarya, you have the Genji, so that does make it so you guys are a bit more brawly. So I would agree, but and really in that case, the only thing you can do is communicate it and say, hey guys, let's go through hotel or let's go down main, that sort of thing. Make sure you're saying it before the fight begins. That way it's not confusion, like saying it as you guys are walking in. Besides that, if people don't listen to callouts, then they don't listen to callouts. Callouts are always, you never want to have the expectation that people will listen. Just have the hope, right? Because what callouts do is it's just a higher chance that people will actually make the right decision, not a guarantee. So it would be good if they listen, so call it out. If they don't, then they don't, and you have to work with it, and that's just really going to be how it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
Yep. In team scenarios, it's a little bit different. Oh, really nice, man. I like that. Those dash resets. Very nice. Woo. All right.
This is kind of nice.
That's the sort of thing that kind of turns your game around right there. Get a little hyped up. Okay, I like that we're getting aggressive and taking this angle. This is good. Okay, so right now we're blading. We probably pick out the wrong target here, seeing them. We look at Mercy, we see her walk in right next to us, and then we still choose to go on the Ashe instead. Means that she is gonna get healed through it. That is really unfortunate that we get slept. Yeah, Ana just runs around that corner and catches you mid dash. That's rough. Yep, not much to say about that one, man.
Can you watch the replay on that sleep? Because I felt like it was kind of like a pre-fire. I don't even know how that guy slept me.
Yeah, This is before or after? Oh no, this is after. Okay. So he hears that you're in there. Here's the sleep. Preemptively, he's getting the sleep out. Pre-fires to sleep, and it catches you while you're dashing in. So it was just
That's
really,
so crazy.
yeah,
That's
it's
so crazy.
just a really good predict sleep. Yeah. So, sometimes that happens.
That's crazy.
Like, not really in that situation. I wouldn't say, like, most deaths are something you can fix. Not all deaths. Sometimes you just get outplayed.
The payload is stopped, and here I thought we had a plan. Serve the barrier.
Okay, good disengage once he got that first shot off. Okay, good grab, Zarya. Okay, I do like that you're trying to go for like the big group deflects, getting all that damage heading back at them, and that you're being wary of the rock. That's really good. Though here we do it a little bit blindly, where there's only really the one Orisa, and that's shooting, and then nobody really ends up shooting at our deflect. So you just gotta like watch who's actually there. Okay, just want to back out of this one.
Yeah.
Probably like, especially you're down low HP. This is just the case of don't take duels where you're at a disadvantage. Right? It's 2v1. Probably not gonna be good if you try it. Yeah, we're dead. So when you're low HP, 2v1, away from our team, down deflect to start the duel. Just a overall big old disadvantage. You're very unlikely to win the fight. So therefore you just want to disengage and then maybe try to re-engage once you get some health and your deflect and your your team support. Play off of your team, that sort of thing.
I understand.
Okay. So besides that one sleep, a lot of these deaths are very preventable, as we've seen. Can probably help to give us more game time and abilities to actually participate in fights if we're looking to cut those out. And that's really a lot of what, like, if you like really dumbed down DPS gameplay in Overwatch, it's just get more, like, to get better, it's get more kills, die less. And that's really what we're aiming for. And then all those other things that we talk about are how to do both of those, right? When we talk about awareness, it's how to not die and how to get kills. When we talk about positioning, it's how to not die and how to get kills. It really just sums down to those two things.
Actually, I have a question. So, for this specific part of, like, not even this specific part, but just like what they're doing here, like, I like have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Like, because I feel like anything I can kind of do here is just kind of bad. Like, I feel like if I go, the Ana and the Ashe are sitting next to each other, and the Ana and the Mercy are also going to be sitting next to each other. And they're all going to be watching each other. They're all going to be looking at me. And the tanks are getting nanoed and pocketed from Ana heals, so I can't really kill the tanks. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do there.
In this situation, I would probably say that you want to do what you as Genji should always do with your playstyle, and that is that you're an opportunist, right? You're there to be the one who jumps in and finishes off the kills. You're not, like, if you're comparing yourself to like a McCree, an Ashe, a Widowmaker, you're not a burst, or a Doomfist, right? You're not a burst character. You can't just go in and guarantee that something dies just by going pew pew, because you don't have, and you can if it's like super highly skilled, but it's not as easy as other characters, right? So like Tracer, because of your high mobility, you're able to move around very easily. Your dash resets allow you to get in and out very, very swiftly, so you're able to capitalize better than those other characters at finishing off kills, cleaning up people who are low, who are out of position, these squishies in the backline. And that's where you're going to thrive. So you might find it better here, rather than just sitting on the front, is to try to get closer to them and to get into a position where you can not just hard run into their team, but wait for an opportunity, such as Mercy's off on her by herself and Mercy's half HP and that sort of thing, right? That's a perfect opportunity. Then you have Ana, who's, Ashe and Ana, who are also decently low. Okay, so from here, not too easy, but if maybe we did something like this, right, and we got like above them, well, there's nobody up here to contest us. If we need to, we dash out to our team. We have deflect. We have high ground cover, right? So up here, they have little that can really easily dislodge us. If Ashe comes up to duel, we can duel her back. Once again, like I said, we can easily disengage with just a dash out that way. We can dash out this way. Then this just puts us in a perfect position where we can just drop on anybody, right? If we were right here, we could just easily drop on Mercy. So taking this high ground that acts as an off angle that gets us closer to them is really going to be the best positioning that sets up these kills in our playstyle. So to answer your question, playstyle and positioning, right? Looking for the opportunities, positioning yourselves in a spot where you can actually capitalize on the opportunities. Does that make sense in comparison to just sitting down main?
Yeah, I get it.
So, sitting down main's not always bad, but typically that's when you don't have other options, or when you're close to Blade, and you're looking to play off of Blade and you're just trying to farm it up real quick. Or there might be other couple tiny other instances, but when you have the option to do something like that and take the off angle, get closer to them, usually that's the better option. So here we try to like dash up to their high ground. Is that kind of what we're trying to do?
Yeah, I just wanted to I wanted to get up there, but I felt like if I wall climbed and walked across that like catwalk or whatever that's right there, I felt like the Ashe would have like looked at me or whatever, and I was like, okay, it's too late into the fight. I got to get up there like now.
Yeah, I feel like if we just did it earlier in the fight, it would have been a lot easier. When Ashe was closer and she had a harder angle, but then also, if we want to just get across it fast, we could wall climb and then dash across, which just means that once again, this puts us. It's a lot less dangerous than trying to just dash straight across the mid. It's a lot less conspicuous as well. Makes it so that it's a little sneakier than doing it in front of everybody on their team. And then you also do have deflect as well as an option. Here, I think it's just a little bit delayed of a time to try and do this, and then we also don't catch the sleep, so you just need to like watch out and be able to deflect that. Might be a good idea to deflect once you see that you get pulled.
Yeah.
Okay, right now we're playing off of Blade. Uh-oh. Alright. So, here are we trying to, I'm not sure if we're trying to climb back up the high ground or something like that. We probably could have like just played off of left side a little bit better and had a little bit more cover to work with. Honestly, I think it was just, yeah, because this way, watch the difference. If McCree rolls over, we have to run all the way around this way to get cover. This way, all we have to do is just get around the corner. So just might have had a bit more cover if we tried to do that.
Yeah.
And right now we're just trying to play off of the Blade. So we end up just kind of messing it up by dying, unfortunately. That's really our only saving grace there is getting the Blade in and trying to make a clutch play.
One. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Okay, nearly got ourselves killed there.
Yeah.
Here, so firstly we dash a little bit late, right? Where we kind of do it. We shoot a whole volley in before we're dashing away. Then we accidentally dash into the wall. And then we nearly get punched there. We're like an inch away from getting punched. I think Doomfist probably could have gotten us if he didn't miss it. Alright, and then Doomfist gets the shot in. I think we misjudge his health. I think he's like 50 HP, so and we go for the melee rather than the right click. That probably could have finished him off there, but either way, I think we still die. So ultimately, it was just the screw up with the dash was the big thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice duel. I like the usage of the deflect because you're trying to catch that helix right back at him when he's going to be tempted to helix you. He's panicked because he's low. Very nice game. We definitely are doing much better during these chaotic brawly fights, which is where, like, to be honest, that is where Genji does thrive as a character. But that means that we do need to work on where Genji's not kind of carrying us with his playstyle. We need to work on the weaknesses of his playstyle, and getting better in those in-between fights and setting up where they're sitting far away from us, because we really find a lot of dry spells when it's just not all-out chaos, right? We end up getting lots of big plays when it's utter chaos, and then when it's not chaos and they're all grouped up and they're far away from us, then we're kind of just staring at them with kind of blankly, not knowing what we should do. And that's kind of what I'd say we need to be working on this game. That's where you could find a lot more value this game. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's actually like my main problem forever with Genji. That's like the hardest thing with him is when things get slow. Is
and
really hard.
And like I said, that's just a game. Like that's the character design. That's how he works. But that still needs to be overcome as a handicap. Just because you can't just hope that those situations don't happen, because they will happen.
Yeah.
So we need to know what to do when those situations come around. And as we have been discussing, we've already gone over, what you can do. Off angle, get closer. Don't just sprint in like it is a brawl. It's not a brawl. Don't just run in, play as an opportunist. Wait for the opportunity, poke until the opportunity comes up, that sort of thing. And that is going to just, be the way to hopefully get value in the situations. Okay, nice kill. Probably, there we go. I was about to say, probably want to be backing out.
I am repaired.
Uh-oh. Finish him off a little bit slowly. What's his HP here? Yeah, you definitely could have finished him off with a kill, or with a dash. I'm pretty sure he's 55. Yeah, so you just gotta watch the HP. Dash is 75. Yeah. So just watch the HP. We could finish him off with a dash here and get out. Also, though, maybe not like the most valuable of it. It's a very risky play for, I would say, like mediocre value or low value, because now all they have to do is just wait 10 seconds. And so, like, think about like on this real quick, right? It's a risky play, and if we accomplish it and we get the kill, great, we've set them back 10 seconds. But if we fail and we die, that has the potential to give them a major advantage in taking the point, which can get them which can give them an entire point and give them momentum to capping the rest of it, right? Overall, I would say it's just not worth it when it's a risky play. So I wouldn't really, I probably wouldn't go for that play just because it's so risky for little value, and the alternative is them getting a lot of value.
Yeah.
I am repaired.
Fire at will! Ladies and gentlemen!
Get him. Alright. You're good. Alright. We got a Nano Blade. I think this will be our first one of the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Bit of an awkward position if we're trying to set up for a Nano Blade. Right? We're kind of backing out rather than being probably better place would be either on like top left over here or playing with like where Zarya is, something like that, or even potentially playing off of statue, right? Would probably be better ones because this gives us better scouting over the enemy team. It gives us a much better ability to drop on them and be much closer. From back here, we probably can't reach their supports with 2 dashes, right? Like it's so we're just not in a position to follow up with our blade. And then also we're ulting a little bit late. We probably won't be popping it around now. They do have, I think maybe something we're like we need to play around is the Zenyatta, right? Is the trance, and that's maybe something we're trying to get around here. Yeah, and then we get slept in trance.
What? Wait. And for that like sleep, how do I block this here? Like, because it looks like she's already pulling out her sleep dart as I'm like blading, like as I'm in like mid animation.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yep. There's, I would say, 2 kind of primary things here that you can do. Firstly, is don't immediately dash her. You can deflect, right? You have 6 seconds. Don't feel like you need to rush it. You can deflect, and that can just, get rid of it as you're getting on top of her. The second thing, maybe have we talked already about jumping after you've dashed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that rather than, because notice how we don't do that, how we dash, and then we do jump, but it's not a dodge jump. It's not jumping away from the sleep. We're just jumping towards her in a straight line. Does that make sense? Like, it's not like if you're going to use the jump, it needs to be like jumping to the side or jumping backwards or and then dashing in after she slept, not jumping and then dashing in before she slept.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes sense. So that's that's 2 things: is deflect and then that. Now on the idea of trance. Now trance, I will say that I honestly, even as a Genji player, still struggle with, even as like a high ranking Genji player, and I just hate dealing with trance. Things you can do is kill try to assassinate the Zenyatta before you're going for your blade. This can either force him to use his trance before you blade by putting him in a bad situation where he's going, okay, either I die or I don't, right? And then that forces him to use blade. Or if you actually kill him, then you can just blade when he doesn't have trance. That offsets it. If you can do that, that can offset it for like the entire game, where either he'll need to hold on to it till your next blade, or he'll use it in the next fight, and then you guys are just, offset the entire game, which is going to be super helpful for you. Now, other options are you can try to, if Zenyatta's really far away from certain teammates, you can try to kill the teammates outside of trance. If you have another damage boost source, such as Mercy or Orisa Bongo, you can just flat up go through trance with a single slash. Now, I hear that you are able to go through a Transcendence with a slash dash if you're executing it properly, but I have maybe you can go watch a video on it, because I have no hecking idea how that's actually done. I guess that you're supposed to do it fast, but it's never actually worked for me in the past, and that's maybe something to look into if you're interested, but I've never actually figured out how that works.
I've tried the slash dash combo, which is what you're supposed to do, and I know how to get that combo down like really, really, really quickly. So I know I'm not messing it up when I do it in trance. I don't think you can actually kill with
Yeah.
Nano, because I think it actually got nerfed. I think Blade does
Yeah.
110 damage now, and it's
Maybe
a little bit less.
it's possible that was like an old patch that I am misremembering it from. So yeah, you can kill him, you can bait him, you can potentially, if you want to do it like really early in the engagement, like before, like so that it's not just wasting the cooldown, you can just dash straight up in the air to pretend to blade. Now be careful because your Hana might actually nano you.
Mhm.
In which case that wouldn't
Yeah.
be good, but like communicate it. I'm just gonna fake dash here or something like that. And then that can maybe bait him to just, fat finger the ults by dashing straight up, making him think you're blading. Yep, those are a couple options. Nice kill. Good kill. Okay, really nice. Once again, you're really good during those mid fights. Okay, we do got another Nano Blade coming up. They swapped off the Zen, so now they're on a Brig. Means that we should theoretically have a Blade here if we don't get slept
Yeah.
again. Okay, so we come in. Okay, we Nano Blade, we dash. Okay, we miss the dash on the Ana, but we hit the Brig. Potentially, maybe a better idea to kill Brig first. This is spitballing because she's the one who can much easier hit the stun on you, which could be bad. That can mess up your blade, give people time to get away, give Ana the chance to sleep you, etc. So it might be a good idea to take the Brig out first, before Ana, especially since you landed that slash on her, right? But then besides that, I like that we landed it here. Yeah, no, I don't see major issues with there. Good job getting out. Nice. Alright. Good job here. Monkey dives up. Maybe like quarter-second delayed reaction, but honestly it's not majorly your fault. Really, the only thing that could have saved us is if like we took less damage from Soldier because we landed our shots. Not a major deal. And good awareness of that Soldier. Okay. We hear the flux, but we don't really we're not really looking up in the air for anybody. We kind of look down at the grounds. Then we also completely forget the soldiers behind us here.
Yeah.
And that lets Soldier get a lot of damage in on us. Okay. Make sure we're deflecting when there's people actually looking at us, not when nobody is. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a like we're committing a little hard here when maybe we should be playing more opportunistic here, group waiting for a play to be made when they all kind of turn around on us. We could have stopped the Genji slash, and then we're also slightly delayed to get get the dash out, so we're just a little bit delayed with abilities, especially that deflect. And then, like I said, maybe a little bit of a hard commit, but not a major deal. There are other bigger mistakes the game, All right. You got anything else?
Yeah. All right.
Traveling to Eichenwald. Ready for battle.
All right.
Sometimes it doesn't want to change.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
The battle commences. I am ready.
Well, so I guess since we have a little bit of extra time here, any questions so far? Are things all tracking? Things making sense?
Uh, yeah. Yeah, everything's good.
All right. Well, sounds good. Now when you are, I think you did say at the beginning of the session that you weren't playing. You're playing a little bit more casually. Weren't playing as much. Waiting on Overwatch 2 to come out, which is fair. Do you feel like there's anything hindering your climb at all? Like, I'm just trying to see like what your perception on it is. Is like, what is the issue? Is it just more time needed to put things into action? Is that kind of like
Yeah.
one of the other things, or?
It's definitely it is definitely just gonna be like time. I definitely just need to be putting more time into it because I think last session we had, I think I played for like a few days after that, and then I stopped playing for like a minute, and then now I've like been getting back into it. Uh,
Yep.
I'm definitely not as like rusty, but I definitely could be climbing more. And
Oh,
live when I was putting in time when we like first started, I was definitely climbing. I'm just not. I haven't
yeah.
put
I'm
enough time, but I need to be
100%.
doing that.
Yeah, like especially when you take those breaks, you're coming back and you have to get unrusted. You have to like you've lost some of the skill you have to regain, let alone go further, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. I mean that makes a lot of sense. Just getting more time back in, and that if that's when Overwatch 2 comes out, then that's when Overwatch 2 comes out. No, I don't honestly. I wouldn't have any major gripes at that.
yeah.
Oh, he's slow. Probably could have landed that dash. Watch the health bar. Watching the res. Gotta watch the Genji too, though. Okay, good disengage.
I require healing.
Oh no!
I require healing.
Okay, woke him up a little bit fast there. Just gotta watch that
Yeah.
sleep. Probably could have like gotten a little bit closer, like and lined up those like that triple headshot. Because as a reminder, like if you ever have the opportunity, a squishy 200 health character, you can essentially one tap combo, but with a full right click melee. Pretty sure. Yeah, if I'm
Yeah,
not, if I'm not wrong.
right
Yeah.
click melee.
Yeah. So, just consider it because he's sleeping. Just gotta like jump on top of him essentially. At that point, I think we already downed some people. If I'm not mistaken. I'd say one of the bigger things there was just that we kind of, because we missed the Genji, we got pressured off that high ground easily. that set us, meant that we were out of the fight for a little while because we were waiting on getting healed. That meant that we weren't able to block the res. So, you can see that sometimes, you come across kind of a snowball effect where the fight can be dictated by the very minute details, right? Where if we're just
Yeah.
able to stay on that high ground just a bit longer, we might have been able to have an impact on the fight, and then just taking a bit of extra damage means the difference between us being able to have impact versus us not being able to have impact. So never make any mistakes. Coaching adjourned. Bye. You're trying to get there a bit faster, maybe just like dash over the rock or something, or dash at the Reinhardt. Just trying to get there fast. Don't let him get out, that sort of thing. Because that's an easy kill if we just dash sooner.
Yeah.
Okay, great shots into the wall. You hit that wall real good. Nice kill. That's the best you could have hoped for. I mean, not the best, but that's perfectly acceptable for Valking Mercy. You got the kill on her.
We will fight again. Our enemy
I'm not sure if you've been doing this like in our past sessions, but I'm really respecting like the usage of the aggressive deflects, just because that's not something many Genjis have the natural intuition for. They just think, oh, I should only ever use it to keep myself alive, right? It's not often used in that manner, and that is the way that you should be using it, or a way that you should be using it. No, okay. Well, he gets pulse anyways, but we're about to do a rush, rush right clicks again into him, when he is not low enough to finish him off fast. You probably wanted to go line something up or get your teammates to look at him too. All right, got a blade. Okay, we do have a nano blade. I think right now. Wait, no, we're 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, never mind, it's 6. Okay. Yeah, right now I'm thinking that we can hold on to it here because we're already up a ton.
Yeah. That's what happens. That's actually what happens.
Yeah, which is a fair assessment as long as we're getting more kills. Watch left clicks, watch the ranging. I think we're over right clicking a bit. We want to make sure we're watching that range and left clicking from distance. That is unfortunate. All right, not unfortunate. We missed. All right, so we dash in. Okay, Mercy. We miss that dash on the Mercy. Right, you just gotta hit that dash on the Mercy, and then that's a kill. That really just decimates the whole thing. That's rough. I like that you saved that slash to the very end, but we still didn't get it. I am noticing that we're struggling in these past 2 games with our blades. They're not coming off super effectively. We're maybe getting like 2 kills max. So a couple things to help out with it. Firstly, make sure that you're the one doing. I mean, I play Genji 2-man. I totally understand. Sometimes it's rough and hard, but make sure that you're the one dictating when and how you're getting the blade. So make sure you're communicating with your Ana. Press spam all the I got my ult buttons. Say it before it's happening. Count it down. Say 1, 2, 3. I mean, I'm blading in 3, 2, 1, etc. Make sure that you are blading, like that you're just watching and scouting what things can interrupt your blade, i.e. sleep and bash. Make sure you're looking to avoid those sorts of things. Think about who you want your first targets to be. Mercy, be extra careful about how you're using your dashes. You might want to like start your blade off after she's already used fly, or making sure that you still have your dash to chase after her after she is flown. That way you're not just getting left in the dust and she flies all away from your blade. Just the execution a lot of times is not going according to plan, and it's not getting a lot of values. We're definitely putting a more effort into how we're blading is going to be important. All right. Oh, yep. And the end of session stuff. Almost forgot. I mean, we're good. I'll get you notes too. All right. All right. So deflect, pretty solid. Deflect sleep for nano boot or for blade, but not a major deal. Sometimes we're misusing it. Not massively though. Dash. Sometimes we're dashing out for some reason. Like we'll be right here and we go and shoot, and then we'll go, oh, someone's looking at me, and then we'll be like a mile away when we can just use the corner, right? Make sure you're just using the cover instead. Watch health bars. Sometimes we're not dashing when people are low. Sometimes we're missing dash. Sometimes we're let's see what our other things we're doing with dash. Sometimes we're dashing when we're too far away, when we could just move an inch closer and land the dash. So I would say there's a little bit more with dash than deflect in terms of things to work on. Still nothing like insanely major though. So overall abilities are like, low to medium priority for you to work on. Besides that,
actually, wait. I have a question.
Yep.
So for some of those times in when I didn't finish off people with dash when they have like low HP, sometimes I don't do it because I felt like I've dashed at people when I thought they were low or seen their health bar low, and then they get tagged by Ana heals or something, and then I die. Like how do I like assess like this is a good person that I should like really engage my dash on, even if they have like 1 HP? Because sometimes I die from that.
It'll depend on the risk of the scenario and their health. If it's a high risk dash and they are and they're 75 HP exactly, right? Then you might want to be careful about it and consider not doing it, because like you said, they might get healed or something like that, and then now you're in the middle of their team without anything. Now on top of that, the other thing to consider is that even if they're 75 HP, you can still follow up the dash with the combo, right? You can follow it up with a melee, or you can follow it up with a right click out immediately outside of it, right? You can do something like that where you dash and then slow turn. You can dash and then immediately follow up with a right click into a combo, and then that can finish them off. You can shoot shots into your dash, noting as well if you're far away. Remember, you can left click into it, right? So you can sometimes even do it when they're below, even like when they're 75 or even above, but just think about the risk, okay? Is it super risky to do it, or is it in the middle of their team, or is this somebody who's off on their own? What's their health? The lower health they are, then the higher likelihood that you're actually going to get the kill and be able to just, like if Tracer's 1 HP here, then we can just dash in and then immediately dash. Sorry, my legs crisscrossed right now, so I can't really make the turns. So we can just get out easily. And then the other thing to consider as well is like, is their team even paying attention to them? Like, do they have their support? And that requires a little bit more of awareness, right? A little bit of a broader awareness. But are their supports looking at them? Are they going to be able to heal them easily? That's another factor to take into account. So does that all make sense? It's not a hard and fast science. It's just going to depend on the situation. Sometimes it's not going to be, you're not going to be able to. I would say most of the time though, you should try to go for it unless it's clearly obvious that you're not going to be able to get the kill. Because if it's a low HP target, in a lot of cases, if you're executing it properly, you're going to be able to get the kill, right? Like as we said with all the different ways that you can combo the dash, if they're low, then you're going to be able to, in a lot of cases, just follow it up with something and then get out. Makes sense?
Yeah, yeah. All right. I get it.
All right. Fast speeding through blade usage. We just talked about like all the different things with blade a minute ago. Need some work. Probably about a medium, maybe higher end of medium, but somewhere around that. Need some work. Mechanics, left click a bit more at ranges, right clicks a little bit too often. Make sure we're not randomly flicking when we don't need to. You know, that comes when fast moving targets and yada yada. When we need to use our flicks, then we flick. Some instances of target priority. Besides that, I think that's mainly it. Oh, playstyle. Playstyle, like this is playstyle kind of goes within this. Play as an opportunist, right? Play for those low HP targets, those people out of position. Don't feel like you have to hard engage on top of them. Make sure that you're putting an extra effort into those kind of in-between fights when it's not just a flat-up brawl with everybody, because that's where you're struggling most of all, right? Look to get closer, look to just close that distance and wait for those opportunities to get a kill. Try to create those openings yourself. Yep, overall, as a category, that bumps it, especially the playstyle. So, mechanics / playstyle is going to be like medium high, something like that, or lower end of a medium high. Then you have your positioning, get closer sometimes, right, when we're on those in-betweens. Take the off angle, take the high ground. Don't, let's see, use cover. A lot of those basics. Trying to think what else is there. Yeah, I think that's mostly it. Don't back to playstyle, don't overcommit. Sometimes we'll just jump into the middle of their team and we don't really have that opportunity. But overall positioning, probably more of a medium priority. And then finally awareness. You know, watch health bars, watch your health bar, which you did actually do a good job of. You know, watch what the heck their team's up to, the Ana sleep, where they're all at. Who can stop you? Sometimes you just forget that the soldier exists, you know, that sort of thing. A lot of odds and ends. Nothing, I wouldn't say there's like a lot of major repeats. There were some check your corners. There were some awareness deaths, so watch your deaths by awareness, right? Overall, that's about medium, maybe like lower end of medium. So to put that all in order, number 1 comes to your mechanics / playstyle. Number 2 comes out to your positioning, then blade usage, then awareness, then ability usage. Any questions?
No, that's it. I think that's all.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I think that's it. I think that's all.
All right, sounds good.